You are now about to witness the strength of street knowledge.
What's up, ladies? How y'all doing? It is your girl, your diva and knowledge lady, Mocha, representing Mocha's Ladies Lounge, where I'm always serving you wisdom and knowledge from a spiritual perspective. So anyway, y'all, again, I appreciate everybody being so loyal and dedicated to my channel. Because I have no specific time or dates on when I'm going to be uploading content, my advice is to just make sure that you are subscribed, hit the notification bell, make sure the notification bell is set for all and not personalized. That way, whenever I upload any content, you will be in the loop. It's just impossible for me to schedule things, being that I have my own business, and it's a challenge. So the best thing I can do in order to keep my channel consistent is to just let y'all know, hey, just stay subscribed, y'all, because you don't know when, you don't know what time. So we just have to do it like that until I get a better plan at being able to orchestrate specific dates and times. So anyway, go ahead and hit that like button. Y'all already know I'm going to deliver a good sermon as usual. So y'all, this is a very bad situation. It's very sad because, you know, marriage is already not easy, you know, and being a wife, there's a lot of requirements that are expected of you, you know, and it's unfortunate that when you say your vows for better or for worse, you can never really prepare for what your worst is going to be, because at the end of the day, you cannot control somebody else's actions. You could be a wife that cook, clean, stay fit, hit the gym, go to church, you know, take care of your kids. You can do everything right. But if you are married to a man that has issues with lust, with temptation, with being able to conquer those inner demons, unfortunately, he still can make a decision that can impact your life and your marriage in a permanent manner, in which it can forever cause a damage that can never be repaired. And that's the unfortunate situation for Mrs. The victim's wife, in this case, Mrs. Beverly. And we're going to go into that momentarily, but let me go ahead and read the article to y'all. So in my thumbnail, so we can kind of be on the loop, Mr. His name is hard to pronounce. Hold on, let me get it right. Hold on. 𝓜𝓸𝓬𝓱𝓪'𝓼 Robinson. I'm just calling him Mr. Robinson. So we have Mr. Robinson with his girlfriend, and this is the coach, Demetric, who has been smashing on Mr. Robinson's girlfriend, which ultimately is the reason that he met his demise. And of course, this is Mrs. Beverly, the victim's wife, which I can only imagine what Tara is going through. I believe her name is Tara because a lot of her friends or people have been commenting, basically encouraging her, trying to keep her uplifted. And y'all, please keep this sister in prayer uplifted, Tara Beverly, because you could only imagine what she's going through. This woman lost her husband in two different ways, through his death and through betrayal. So you can only imagine what she's going through right now. Please have empathy and sympathy. And I would say this: I am so tired of women going in on other women because of their husband's actions. At the end of the day, we have no control over how these dudes move outside of their marital vows. We cannot control that, okay? So don't be going in on women who either decide to stay in their marriage or decide to leave, or in situations like this in which they didn't see it coming no more than anybody else did. So unless you have anything positive to say to that woman, don't say anything at all, because her husband did this, not her. Okay, I just thought I'd say that because you got some ignorant females. How you didn't know your man? She should listen. I don't care how long you've been with someone, even if y'all been married for a very long time. Some of these men be living double lives, and we're going to kind of go into a lot of the hidden demons that Mr. Beverly himself was dealing with, and we're going to read them between the lines. We're going to dissect all of that. You know, we're going to break down the elements. We're going to slow cook so we can really get down to the steak and potatoes of the situation. So this is the ad, y'all, okay? So, police have arrested a shooting suspect after a Birmingham man was killed Wednesday evening during what police call a domestic incident. Officers responded shortly after 9 p.m. to Lakeshore Ridge apartment complex in 1100 block of Lakeshore Ridge. That's in the Sand Ridge neighborhood. That's where they found Demetrius Darnell Beverly, 39. That is the coach, y'all, the victim in the case. He had been shot and was found unresponsive, according to police. He was pronounced dead unalived on arrival, okay? Investigators say that he and a woman were in the apartment when 𝓜𝓸𝓬𝓱𝓪'𝓼, Mr. Robinson here, age 23, came in, unalived Beverly, and left. The woman called 911 for help and stayed until officers arrived. They arrested Robinson in the parking lot. Robinson is in the Jefferson County Jail without bail, facing charges of murder, of unaliving someone, and unlawful possession of a machine gun. Okay, so just to give y'all the latest, Mr. Robinson has been granted bond. He's been granted bond for the actual unaliving, and he's been granted bond for the machine gun that he used, which is usually the gun, from what I was told, allegedly. Go ahead and hit that like button, y'all. By the way, anything I say in this content is alleged based off of my own opinion from multiple different sources. So nothing I say could possibly be actual factual, but nevertheless, this is for educational and entertainment purposes only. This is my disclaimer. So they even stated that the type of weapon that he used is not legally allowed in the U.S. Nevertheless, he got granted a pass on both of these circumstances as far as bond is concerned. Now, he's still going to have to go to court. He's still may have to deal with trial unless they can prove crime of passion. And I believe this guy is going to get off, and very righteously he should, because this other individual, this succubus, okay, no, not succubus, incubus, this male demon was caught in this man's apartment pumping and dumping on his old lady. So that'll make anybody crash out. That'll make anybody lose it, y'all. And it's been another situation similar to this, and I might talk about that. Not today, of course, but I'll probably bring it up on the next topic that I do, because another woman did the same thing. Her significant other brought another female to their home, and she unalived the female out of passion. It's called the heat of passion. Okay, so I don't know why people are comfortable with bringing their dirty demonic deeds into their household, knowing it's a high probability that your significant other can come home and see that person there. I don't understand it, but nevertheless, y'all, he got granted bond. Okay, and also he did not premeditate anything. It wasn't planned. He came in on the spot, out the blue, unknowingly to him, and found this man in his apartment. So he had every reason to defend himself or use take matters into his hands, because for one, don't know, hell, I catch you pumping up and down, on my old lady, you could have been choking her out. You could have been possibly trying to unalive her. First of all, I don't know why you're here. You're a stranger. I can easily say I felt threatened for my life. I mean, Mr. Robinson very well can get off, and honestly, he should, because Mr. Beverly, a married 40-year-old man who's older than Mr. Robinson, who's older than the low-hanging fruit Jezebel, okay, who is pictured here, all right, in the middle thumb. Nevertheless, he knew better, because he's older than the both of them. Why he was too goddamn cheap to get a room for Motel 6, hell, you could have smashed her in the backseat of your car in the alley, okay? What made him so bold? And I will be honest, some people are so sexually perverse that they actually get turned on. They like the thrill of getting caught, the thrill of being in somebody else's personal domain. You'll be surprised how people think, right? But anyway, a lot has been going on. A lot has been said surrounding this whole situation. Everybody has a different opinion, and of course we're going to go into that momentarily. And it's a whole lot that is pretty much going on. Now, I will again state that he did get granted bond, so Mr. Robinson is out. Not only that, y'all, Mrs. Beverly also agreed with Mr. Robinson getting bonded out. She actually extended her grace on that. Like, yeah, it is what it is. My husband had no business over there. So nobody in the family is really bent out of shape for Mr. Demetrius Beverly, because anybody with the good common sense of God knows all of this could have been avoided if this man did not put his penis before his priorities, if he did not put his dick before discernment, and he lacked discretion. And this is the reason why a lot of men ultimately meet the demise of their marriage, or they meet the demise of their lives, because, again, they lack discretion. They're so busy focusing on getting their rocks off that they're not thinking about the consequences and the demonic deeds that's ultimately going to lead them to the demise of their lives. So, y'all, I'm going to play different clips because everybody has had an opinion about this. And, of course, I'm going to come back with some more of my commentary. So, let's get into it, y'all. Let's get into it. Let's do it. Hold on, y'all. Bear with me, because this is a very, very unpleasant situation, y'all. All right, so I'm going to just first play the news clip.
Football coach killed. New update this morning to breaking news that we first told you about yesterday morning. A Birmingham high school football coach killed in a deadly shooting. And this morning, the man charged in that killing waking up behind bars. Parker High School shared this post of Demetrius Beverly. The school says he was an assistant football coach. He was also a former football and baseball player with the Thundering Herd. The school went on to say that Coach Beverly, quote, gave his all to the Thundering Herd on the field and in our community. He was a mentor, a husband, a father, and friend whose impact will live on through the countless lives he touched. 𝓜𝓸𝓬𝓱𝓪'𝓼 Robinson is charged with Beverly's murder. Beverly was found dead at Lakeshore Ridge Apartments Wednesday night. Police say Robinson was arrested in the complex's parking lot. He is now in the Jefferson County Jail being held without bond.
All right, y'all. So,
update this morning to breaking.
Please hit that like button if you haven't already. I would gladly appreciate that. So, as y'all can see, for those of you, if you're just getting in, talking about a coach who by the name of Demetrius Beverly, who's also a married man who unfortunately lost his life because he decided to chase after some poom and actually have sex with this individual in her man's apartment. And Mr. Robinson pulled up on the scene, entered his apartment, saw this dude, this 40-year-old man, smashing his 21, 22-year-old long-hanging fruit, this smithereens, and of course he snapped and he unalived him. Okay, so a lot of people been having mixed opinions, and we're going to look into all of the different reviews, and we're just gonna, it's a lot that has to be ingested with this. It's a whole lot. So I'm going to show y'all a quick little video of him and Mrs. Beverly, his wife, who I'm sure is very distraught, and she too is probably also very bewildered by all of these events that's transpiring around her husband. So I'm going to show a quick video of them together, okay? Make sure no music. I don't want no copyright. So this is the beautiful Miss Beverly, okay? Tara, girl, keep your head up, praying for your healing. Wife, dry them tears and cash that life insurance check. I'm gonna have to disagree with the statement. It doesn't matter what type of woman she was. Point is, he was at another man's house in his bed. He should have been home with his child. Now he's no longer here. There's consequences behind our actions, and unfortunately this is the end result. You can be the perfect wife, but a man can get it in his mind to cheat. He gonna cheat. Absolutely. A woman's beauty would not stop a man from cheating. It's the character flaw that he has, and I really, really wish that a lot of these low hanging fruit Jezebels understand that just because a man steps out of his marriage and decides to deal with you, it's not because something is wrong at home, something is wrong with his marriage, something is wrong with his wife. It has everything to do with he is struggling with his own inner demons, and he does not feel valued or whole enough to just be content with one woman. Okay? All right, so some other things, y'all. Let me play this also.
God is good for real, man. God, on a serious note, God is good, bro. On God, I knew it, though. I can't even count like I ain't know it. On mine, I can't even count. I ain't want to believe it, though. You know how it be, bro. Don't know you don't want to believe they fucking off on them. Trust me. It's going on, bitch. It's happening. On God. Don't ever think this can't happen to you, bitch. Don't give a who you with, bitch. We all fuck off. We all fuck off. I ain't some shit you just don't do. I'm ready tonight. Who first? Who first? Who first? I ain't trying to keep none of these.
All right, so y'all, this is Mr. Robinson, the man who unalived. Basically, he went live after, I guess, he was granted bond, and he's basically, I guess, in a sense, kind of rejoicing that he was able to get bond.
Imagine
you know,
walking into a room in one split second.
let me get back in here. Hold on, y'all. It's a whole lot. Oops.
Y'all, how about Demetrius Beverly?
My bad, y'all. I'm jumping all over the place. I'm clicking too many buttons. But as y'all can see, back to...
I can't take that hurt no more.
Back to this clip, right? And again, hit the like button. He's basically stating that, you know, hey, just letting y'all know, you know what I'm saying? You can't really put nothing past nobody. Somebody disrespecting you, violating you, you know. So he's basically venting. And a lot of people in the comment like, bruh, you know, listen, hopefully this ain't you, because you don't need to be really saying anything on this right now. You know what I mean? We understand where you're coming from, but you just got to kind of fall back and lay low. Keep in mind, he's like 23, 24. So y'all know these young people, you know, they don't think about stuff before they do it. Let me play this other clip here.
Split second, imagine walking into a room, and in one split second, your entire life flips upside down. That's exactly what happened in Birmingham, August 13th of 2025. A young man came home and found something so devastating. It ended with another man losing his life. Let's get into the timeline. Wednesday, August 13th of 2025, 9 p.m. Around 9 p.m., Birmingham police get a phone call. There's a woman on the line reporting a shooting at Lakeshore Ridge Apartments. This woman does stay until the police arrive. Shortly after they arrived, the police entered the apartment. They found 𝓜𝓸𝓬𝓱𝓪'𝓼, who is 39, unresponsive in the bedroom. He did suffer a GSW and was pronounced deceased at the scene. The reports are saying that Demetrius and a woman were inside that apartment. That's when 23-year-old 𝓜𝓸𝓬𝓱𝓪'Robinson Robinson came home. 𝓜𝓸𝓬𝓱𝓪 Robinson entered the apartment, came to the bedroom, and shot Demetrius. Police did arrest 𝓜𝓸𝓬𝓬 in the parking lot of the apartment complex. And I hate to say it, but Demetrius was in that apartment, in that bedroom, with that 23-year-old man's wife. I'm not saying that he deserved to be unalived. I am saying Demetrius was married to...
By the way, Mr. Robinson is not married. That was his girlfriend. But nevertheless, I just wanted to clarify on that. The only one who was married was the one who caused all of this, which is Mr. Beverly. Okay, make sure y'all hit that like button.
As well, and 𝓜𝓸𝓬𝓬 was married too. Mr. Robinson was booked at the Jefferson County Jail. He is being charged with murder, no bond. Also being charged with unlawful possession of a machine gun device. Sir, how did you get that? The community is understandably upset. Demetrius Beverly was a beloved football coach. Do understand that the community is upset about what people are saying. The community is saying that that girl who is 23 years old used to go to the high school that he worked at. I haven't seen any proof of that. Also, some people are upset about how they are lifting this man, or how they're celebrating him in death. I will say, cheating is wrong. Wherever it happens or who's involved. Cheating often leads to deep emotional pain for all people involved. Studies show that infidelity can trigger chronic stress, anxiety, depression, even symptoms like PTSD. Emotional fallout can include grief, lowered self-esteem, and long-lasting trauma. Whether you're the betrayer, or even a witness of these situations. A life is gone and a young man's future is in jeopardy. Families and the community are left grieving. I'm praying for the families, for the school, and anyone involved. I'll be giving you guys updates if updates roll.
Okay, y'all. So what it was with the gun, and correction on that, it wasn't the kind of gun he had. It was the fact that he had a switch on the gun, which is illegal. Okay, so you can't be having any switches on your guns. Okay, all right. So getting into some other clips. Let me show y'all as well. Hold on, bear with me, y'all. Bear with me. Okay. All right, so let me go back to okay, so the videos that I personally had saved. Okay. All right, so these were some of the videos in which some more people added a little bit more information to the commentary. So we'll watch one or two of these and then we'll keep it moving.
Okay, y'all, so Buddy said he not going to jail because he came home to his apartment where he done lived in for the past 6 years, and a man in the bed with his wife, with his girlfriend. Okay, so for those who know, the story out of Birmingham, Alabama, where the local coach was unalived by his mistress boyfriend. Boyfriend is about to get out, okay? Boyfriend the one that got one of the best lawyers. If you're from Alabama, Birmingham, Big 205, y'all already know Emerald Anthony. Emerald Anthony used to be a judge. Now he's a defense attorney, okay? He's one of the best of the best. So Buddy got him a great attorney, okay? They're saying that it was a crime of passion. For those who are in there in the blogs and stuff saying, oh, he was just visiting a female's home. No, he wasn't. He was in there doing something he had no business doing, and that's why the defense is claiming a crime of passion, okay? That's one thing. For two, if you're here in Alabama, you already know that Anaya Blanchard's law gives the judge the right to deny bail. The judge did not deny bail. Bail has been set at $150,000. He has a $15,000 bail on his switch gun. If you know in Alabama, that switch gun, it does hold like a 10-year sentence. So I'm wishing him the best on that. But what y'all feel like? How y'all feeling that Buddy got his bail? He got a bail. He's probably finna get out. The judge did grant bail for this man. After you guys are trying to say he wrongly, shot this man that was in his house with his woman where he pays bills at, and just so happened to be unalived. Not to mention, he was out doing this while his wife was at college, sending their oldest daughter, getting her ready for her dorm room. She can't even go out of town to get her daughter dorm room ready. Because you out here doing this bullshit. But you know what goes around comes around like a hula hoop. That's what they say now. That's what they say now. Let me know what y'all feel. What's going on? Tell me the latest news that y'all got. This is what I have. I am from Birmingham, Big 205. Follow, like for the rest of the content. We following this story all the way.
Yes, y'all. Please make sure y'all hit that like button. So I had to kind of look up what is a Glock switch. It's a small device that can be attached to the rear of the slide of a Glock handgun, changing a semi-automatic pistol into a selective fire machine pistol. So it changes it into a whole nother gun, which basically releases way more bullets than the average semi-automatic, which is not allowed, okay? So hopefully they still don't get him for that. Or if they do, it may be like something like probation or something like that. But I really don't think anything's going to happen. So, y'all, I'm going to read a little bit more of these comments so we can see how everybody is feeling about this. And please, let me know in the comment section what y'all are thinking. If anybody in the comment is part of my mod squad, I appreciate you for being here. And again, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Join the family. It's not going to charge you a dime unless you want to become a part of the membership for $3 a month. Okay, so let's get into it. The young man snapped coming home, catching his wife in bed with another man. In his home where he lay his head, he snapped. I'm not saying what he did was right, but he snapped. Two families are affected because his girlfriend didn't make the right decision. This is sad. I believe she meant to say did not make. Also, other things. He thought she was being assaulted and was protecting her. Let me see what else. Heard someone called and told him that man was in his house. It's all going to come down to what the girlfriend said he did when he came in the room. And the Beverly family said they was okay with it, which they did. Okay. As a man, I can't say what I would do in this situation, but the coach shouldn't have been helping his wife. He should have been helping his wife move their daughter. Simple as that. If you want to be single, be single. If you want to be in a relationship, stay faithful instead of other people's homes doing wrong. Let's face it, y'all. Most of the time, these men are not going to leave their wives and go do them. They want the best of both worlds, okay? They want to have the wife at home that cooks and clean, but then they want the privilege of being able to partake in fuckboy behavior by getting their rocks off with women outside of the marriage. So we know that they should not be doing that, but the truth is they will, okay? All right, so one or two other things, y'all, and I want to get to the main one at hand. Let me see. This one, she was pretty good. I'll play her too.
Bitch, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna get up out of here. Y'all gonna have to hang in here with me on this one. You gonna want to hear this shit. Alabama can't be a real place. That's why most of the time I don't even want to tell a motherfucker I'm from Alabama. Yesterday, a 23-year-old unalive a 39-year-old for being caught in his home with his 21-year-old wife. First, let me say this before I get started. My condolences to the family of the 39-year-old football coach. My condolences to his wife, because ain't no telling how she feeling this morning. That she lost her husband because he was in the house with a 21-year-old that had a relationship with someone else. I've been on Facebook, the news outlets, and all over social media trying to get this story. What's really bothering me is the people that saying, he dumb as hell. He shouldn't have did that. He finna go to prison for the rest of his life. Y'all acting like y'all ain't never did no low down, dirty ass shit. Y'all always trying to do this and that and this and that. Rest in peace, coach. You right. Rest in peace, coach. But I'm going to tell you this right here. I definitely did some low down, dirty shit. But I ain't never went and slept in the house with a man where his fucking wife lived, woman, girlfriend, or baby mama. If you can't take me to a hotel room or the backseat of your motherfucking car, you won't get this right here. Point blank, period. I'm going to say this right here. I'm going to be praying for that young man. Because when you put love with emotions, it equals tragedy. How would you feel if you walked in your home and your husband or your wife was in the bed with another fucking person where you pay bills at? You don't know what you would do. You got a lot of people saying he should have just walked away. That was his shit. That was his shit. Love is a powerful word. Emotions is a powerful word. And disrespect is even more powerful. I hate that he resulted to that, but I'm not going to sit here and say he shouldn't have done that. Because if I walk in my fucking house and a bitch laying in my bed while I go hustle to help pay bills in, everybody got to go. Everybody. Y'all got to stop. Y'all always talking about what y'all would, could, shoulda, woulda, motherfucking did. But bitch, you don't know what you would do until they put you in that kind of motherfucking position. That baby, 23 years old, had a nice job, working to see about him and his girlfriend, and that's where he had to come home to.
Yeah.
Her sleeping with the damn football coach in his fucking house. I'm praying for him and his family. I'm praying for the wife of the football coach. Because this is a hurting situation. I can't believe that y'all motherfuckers is condoning the football coach. He ain't had no fucking business in that man's goddamn house. You could have fucked up in the car if you didn't want to spend the money on a hotel room. And for your little disrespectful ass little girl, you need to have some charges brought on your ass. You ain't have no business having that man in that man motherfucking house. Y'all play some dangerous motherfucking games. And then when people lose they motherfucking cool, y'all want to say, you should have just walked away. Nah, bitch, you shouldn't have played with me and my feelings and my love. Love is a powerful word. You put love with emotions and disrespect, and you get tragedy. Praying for that young man, baby. I hope they get you a good attorney, because you're going to need one, baby. That's it. That's all.
Well, hands down, Sister 8 on this one. And I so agree with every word she said. Like somebody said in the comments, for jealousy arouses a husband's fury, and he will show no mercy when he takes revenge. Proverbs chapter 6, verse 34. Absolutely. Women, we are way more forgiving. Men, on the other hand, will never be as forgiving as we are when it comes to these type of situations. So everybody's on shoulda, coulda, woulda. And it's amazing to me how the men are caping for the coach by basically stating that, he should have walked away. He shouldn't have handled it in that manner. He shouldn't have done that. Listen, you don't know what. And until you actually been in that type of situation, that experienced that type of level of violation done to you, you don't get to decide what a person should, could, or would have done. Okay? To come home from a hard day's work and in your house you experience that kind of violation, the average person is going to snap, righteously so. All right, keep in mind, he's 23. Okay, Mr. Robinson is 23. He's still young, and it takes years to get to that place to experience this level of violation and handle it in a more diligent manner. You know what I mean? He's young. The disappointing part of this whole matter is that it's Mr. Robinson who is the older one. He is freaking 39, 40. Not only he's older, he's married. So he should have known better. But we're going to get into that in a few minutes. Now, I got this video clip, and I thought this man really stood on business as well. He made a lot of significant points. His name is Pastor Jamel. Pastor Jamel Brown. Yeah, and he spoke his piece on this. I got this from another content creator by the name of 𝓜𝓸𝓬𝓱𝓪'𝓼 Speaks. Make sure you stop by, show her love, let her know Mocha sent you. I always like to let give content creators their props, their flowers when I use their material. So let her know, I sent you there, okay, if you decide to subscribe, okay, because we have to give each other recognition for each other's viewpoints, crafts, and I just wish more content creators would do that. If you're getting your information from somebody, give them their flowers. Don't be sitting up here acting like you did all the research and all this and that. I don't like stuff like that. But anyway, big ups to 𝓜𝓸𝓬𝓱𝓪'𝓼. So I'm just going to play the small clip from her, and then I'm going to give y'all the rest of my commentary on this.
20s. Now, he said he would call this a crime of passion. Drop your thoughts in the comment and let me know, what do you think about this? Do you agree with him? Now listen to this, because after his video, I'm going to play the video from the victim's cousin.
I'm good, everybody. I'm good. And I'm glad that my brother had, because we got experience in relationships and stuff. So if he say something in the background, he has every right to say anything on this subject too. But let me say what I've seen and what I've heard on social media and what I've seen what the charges are. Lil Bo walks into his apartment, seen another man inside of his apartment with his 21-year-old girlfriend, who he loves so dearly. He went for what he knew. He went for his gun. He went for what he motherfucking knew. He went for his motherfucking gun. And he did what he had to do. Now, let me say this right here. Y'all holier than thou motherfuckers on here that always want to throw up God in the Bible and talk about, oh, he should have thought different. He should have took another step of the way. He should have did this. He should have did that. You don't know what goes on in a person's mind in a moment. Am I lying, Z? Am I lying? You don't know what's going on through a person's mind, in a person's mind at that moment. And they don't know how they'll react. If I'm walking into my place where I pay my motherfucking bills at, where I owe up paying the water, the gas, the light bills, and I'm doing my job, and I'm supporting my girlfriend, and I walk inside of my house, and I see another man in my house laid up with my woman, I'm gonna do the same damn thing. I'm gonna do the same damn thing. I don't know what my mind would react to at that moment. You know what I'm saying? So you all can't judge. Don't worry about the pastor language. Fuck it, Shanice. Some situations are cussable, and this is a cussable situation. So if I cuss y'all ass out, and if I cuss right now, like it or not, kiss my ass and call it sweets. But none of you don't know what you'll do. Some of you women, you get on there talking, hollering, and holding around. When y'all out there fucking and screwing a man, that fucking 5, 10, 15 different women all around the city of Birmingham and making you look embarrassing. Y'all ain't got nothing, y'all don't have nothing good to say about nothing. When y'all with a man that fucking the whole city, y'all got community dick at the house, and you worrying about Lil Bo when you sleeping with community dick? Man, motherfuck you. I'm standing up for this brother. I'm standing up for the freedom, and I'm calling for the freedom and release of this brother by all means necessary, because it was his house. He stood his ground. He don't know if this was a threat in his house or not. You feel me, bro? At that moment, you don't know. I ain't asking questions. You see what I'm saying? If you walk into your house and you married of 15 years and you see me in your house, and you know the mature me, how I'll do if I walked in the city, I'll be like, okay. I was okay. Get your ass out of my house. You see what I'm saying? I'll tell him to get his ass out. Watch him get out. Then I tell her ass, you get your ass out next. Pack your shit and go. Or I'm going to pack my shit and I'm going to go and unfile any type of legal thing because we mature now. See, me and you, we got something to lose. You know, you got kids and stuff. So we more mature now. But the young brothers like this brother here in Birmingham, you can't misjudge what goes through their mind at that moment. This is somebody I love, and he'll go a 40-year-old man up on my 21-year-old girlfriend. And then they want to talk Bible so much. The Bible said, y'all Bible that y'all read, said if you play with marriage, you'll get burned. That's the Bible now. So how many times he been sleeping around with his wife with young girls? You get what I'm saying? You owe responsibility to your wife when you made a covenant with your God and your wife that guess what? You with her better or worse. You ain't gonna commit adultery. When that lady commit adultery with that man in the Bible and they brought that woman to Jesus, them folks are ready to stone that lady. Because they said according to the Mosaic law, if you commit adultery, you're supposed to be what? You're supposed to get the stone. But Jesus said, you without sin cast away the first stone. So y'all can't be casting on stones on this young brother because he reacted off an impulse and how most of y'all would have reacted.
And in the state of Alabama, they got some kind of passion crime.
Passion crime. And that stuff is real. That stuff is real. If you in love, love will make you do some crazy things. That's why I'm getting some cover-ups now. You know what I'm saying? Because love made me get these tattoos. But guess what? I'm getting them out now because I'm single. And I ain't never doing it again. You hear me? You see what I'm saying? So I'm getting these tattoos covered up because love will make you do some crazy things. I'm sorry to come in your personal space and preach to the ignorant ass folks today, bro. But I had to jump in the chat and tell them y'all need to start judging folks because y'all don't know what y'all would do if y'all was in that damn situation as that young man. Come on if I'm preaching good on this Good Friday.
All right, y'all. So I think that's a good bit of that. I think we pretty much got the logistics of the situation, right? So again, you know, my heart definitely does go out to the Beverleys, the victim's family, because it's not their fault that their son, their brother, their nephew, that he made the decision that he made. At the end of the day, his family is still grieving, and it's unfortunate that this is the legacy that he left behind. This is what he will be remembered from, and it's going to, all these folks are going to have to come together to celebrate his life, but the manner in which he left, this is not a good look. It's just not, you know. And the bad part about it, you know, I will say this. A lot of people kept basically saying how he was a phenomenal coach. How he was a really good co-worker. He was a really good coach. And all of that is great. But however, at the same token, this man was not a good husband. He was not a faithful husband. My heart goes out to his wife more than anybody. More than anyone, because in these marriages, you know, you have all these hopes, you have all of these dreams, and you think that everything you're investing in this person, that it's going to benefit, and sooner than later, as y'all get older together, you know, y'all can look back on everything that y'all have gone through and grown through and realize, you know what, it was worth it because we got grandchildren, we own a home, we're in a good space, and he robbed her of that. He cheated her out of that. And I could only imagine what was going through his mind when that man came in his residence and saw him there. He probably knew instantly he fouled up. Now, I just so happened ran across something, y'all. I might share this with y'all really quick. Let me share this with y'all. Because this guy here may have something interesting to say. I do like to hear when men address these type of issues. So let me kind of, oh my gosh, I just had it, y'all. I want to kind of hear what he has to say, because he's talking about how, you know, men, how 304s are destroying black men. And I kind of want to really hear his intake on this. I just so happen ran into this. So I want to play it right quick and just hear what he has to say. Hopefully nothing stupid. But let's play it and get his perspective.
This man took his life because his wife was sleeping with another man. Let me make this clear. You cannot take another man's life because your wife is a hoe. A 23-year-old man in Alabama came home to find a 39-year-old man in his house with his 21-year-old wife. The 23-year-old took the life of the football coach. And now the 23-year-old is going to serve life in prison if found guilty. I like to say, you going to take the life of the man? Your wife is the hoe that was out here hoeing in your house. You got to learn to share your hoe. You mad at the man but not at the hoe? That hoe is hoeing. How you going to get mad because a hoe hoeing in your house and you going to take another man's life? Once again, y'all out here throwing y'all life away over these hoes. Every time something go down, we see the results is a hoe somewhere in the middle. This man took his...
Well, you know what? He actually has a point. For a minute, he almost kind of pissed me off because I thought he was going to try to insinuate the guy was, like, completely wrong. But I get it. And you know what? He has a point, though. There's a lot of guys who will ride or die for a 304, okay? And it's unfortunate because hopefully the tables don't turn and he don't end up getting life, because my thing is, you know, the Jezebel is still living. You know what I mean? He took the man, but he didn't take the Jezebel who violated him. And that's the same thing. Like if a woman catches her husband cheating, she'll want to go beat up the woman, but won't do nothing to the man. And it's very similar to that. So I get what he's saying. Totally, you know, don't throw your life away for a 304, for a woman who already didn't love you, didn't respect you, didn't honor you, didn't treasure you. So I give completely what he's saying on that. However, Mr. Beverly is still the loser in this whole situation, because again, he's older, he's married, okay, all right, and how dare you being a married man? Listen, I'm sure Mr. Beverly, being a married man himself, he would have a fit if he came home and saw another man having sex with his wife. I guarantee you. And it's guys like him who do stuff like this, don't let it be done to them. They will completely crash out. Please make sure y'all hit that like button if you haven't. They will completely crash out. So, okay, let's kind of talk about it a little bit. Why married men, why do they allow lust to ruin their lives? You know, lust ultimately led him to dust, because that is just what he's going to be, ashes and dust, okay? So we see it over and over. Successful married men with families, legacies, and everything to lose, throwing it all away for a moment of lust. Why? So today we're going to dive into those real reasons lust keeps destroying marriages, reputations, and even lives. So let's kind of go into the steak and potatoes, right? And again, please hit that like button if you haven't already. The illusion of control. Many men think they can manage an affair to keep lustful decisions hidden. Lust convinces them that they're the exception until the truth surfaces. So you thought you were playing the game, but the game played you. And this is what happened to Mr. Beverly in this case. He thought he really had an advantage because, for one, he's older. He knew what he was doing, smashing that 23-year-old female. Most lustful men, they like to capitalize off of females that they know are easy. They love to go after low-hanging fruit. And the fact that this was a young female who obviously, not young as so much as her age, but young in her mind. The fact that she was comfortable enough to let this grown-ass 40-year-old married man into her man's apartment, it shows you her mindset, it shows you her lack of discernment, and it shows you her immaturity. And this is the reason why this guy has had the advantage of being able to come over and smash. And I guarantee you, this has not been his first time. He has smashed this female low-hanging fruit female multiple times, okay? Because her mind and the way she handled things just lets me know how simple she is. Not to mention the other reason, ego and validation. Lust often isn't about the other woman. It's about the man's ego being stroked. So you have females like Ariane. You have these side chicks, these appetizers or whatever, that like the lay it low, spread it wide, and they think it's about them. And at the end of the day, it's about these married men. It's about their ego being stroked. Okay, a lot of dudes, you have a lot of men with low self-esteem. Low self-esteem is not just a woman's problem. You have a lot of grown men with little boys' insecurities, and the only way they can feel whole, not only they want a wife at home, but they want a Jezebel, low-hanging fruit, to also stroke their ego and make them feel important, because one woman's love is not enough. They need attention from multiple women, and these are the type of men like Mr. Markdown Martell and Coach Beverly. These are the type of men you need to avoid, okay? But it's the younger women that easily get manipulated by these type of older men, because for one, when a man is older, he's more experienced, so he knows what to do in the bedroom, okay? He knows how to arouse, excite. He knows how to deliver himself in a way in which a young man who's not as experienced can fulfill. And again, this gives these older men an advantage, okay? Men crave the newness, the flattery, the thrill of being desired. It's new, it's different. It doesn't mean it's better. It just means it's different. And a man who's dissatisfied with himself, he's going to always be on a prowl. Once he has gotten used to a specific woman constantly giving it to him whenever he wants it, constantly stroking his ego, sooner or later he gets bored with her playground and he wants to play on another playground. And I hate to say it, too many women are allowing their vagina to be the playground. You're given access to anybody publicly to have a place in which they can play, lay, have their fun, and then when they're done and they done got bored riding everything out your little playground, now they're going to the next playground to get something exciting. But in chasing validation, they invalidate their marriage. Yeah. So while they're going after these low-hanging fruits, right? What they're not understanding is they're taking away from their marriage and they're adding more poison into their marriage as well. Anytime you open, once you open yourself up to temptation and lust, you basically start opening the door, the demonic pathway into your marriage. And a lot of them, that's not what they're understanding. Once you lay with these women, it's not that you're just bringing home diseases, which is very important, but you're also bringing home STDs, spiritually transmitted diseases. You're bringing all of this stuff into your marriage and into your union, right? The domino effect. Lust doesn't stay in the dark. It grows into lies, cover-ups, financial strain, and sometimes dangerous situations. And that is exactly what happened. You cannot live this lie for but so long. And the longer you entertain it, the higher the chances of you getting exposed. A lot of these dudes are not smart. They don't hit it and quit it and keep it going. No, they keep going over there. They keep indulging until eventually you get sloppy. The longer you indulge and entertain something, you stop crossing all of your I's. You stop crossing all of your T's. You stop dotting all of your I's. You get sloppy. Okay, in the first beginning, you're a little more careful because it's new. You're more cautious. And it's just, something that just kind of started happening. But once you've been playing in the playground too long, eventually something's going to happen. You're going to fall off that merry-go-round and bruise your knee, scrape your knee. You're going to fall off that swing and hurt yourself. Something is going to happen. You can't keep playing on other people's playground and something don't happen. Okay? From cheating scandals to public humiliation, celeb examples, lust becomes the seed that destroys everything else. Like the CEO. I did the video a couple of weeks back about the CEO who was caught on the on the webcam that went viral at the Coldplay concert. This man has lost his billion-dollar position as a CEO. He's lost his marriage. Not only that, the woman who he was involved with, who also worked for the same company, she lost her marriage, as far as I know, but she definitely lost her position. So Once you bring that type of humiliation, especially in a public eye, you cannot remove that stain and make it so bad. This man is not even here to explain himself. And it's not like even if he had a good damn reason, it would justify it. There's absolutely nothing he would have been able to say. But what makes it so bad is how he died, and he can't fix it. He can't repent. He can't apologize. His life is just gone. Okay? Legacy on the line. Affairs don't ruin just marriages. They strain reputations, career, and family legacies. Again, Mr. Beverly has children. He has a wife. They have to live with his actions. He's dead. He's not here to have to live with them. His family does. His parents. His siblings. You know, he had a cousin who came on here. I'm going to see if I can find her. He had a cousin who came on here like, you know, he's not this kind of person and he's never been a fighter. So she knows the moment when that man came in, he was scared to death. And you know what? He's probably not. I know at this point right now, it's hard to show any empathy or sympathy, but he's probably not the worst of guys. But he made a really effed up decision. He probably was the kind of guy, if you need help, you know, he'll give you the shirt off his back. That's besides the point. He was an unfaithful husband. He was entertaining his demonic, lustful deeds. And instead of being with his wife, helping his daughter get settled in college, he decided to take that moment to go smash somebody else's woman in their apartment. That's what he decided to do. And I guarantee you, this is not the first time. A couple of instances, I was trying to find the video before I upload it, but I can't find it. I might do a part 2, it all depends. But there was another young lady who came out and said that he too also had hit on her. You have a lot of married men that are not being honest with their double lives. They want the benefits of marriage, but they still want to entertain and have a slice of the devil's pie. And what I mean by the devil's pie, that means another lady's vajayjay. They still want a slice of the devil's pie. Knowing they're married, knowing they have a family, they still not only want a slice, they want the whole pie. And having a slice of that pie may end up being the very reason you die. Okay, we got to be mindful about stuff like that. Okay, so also, going back to my point, and I'm going to be wrapping things up momentarily. Legacy on the line, affairs. Okay, I already brought that point up. A few moments of pleasure can create a lifetime of consequences. Absolutely. These men don't get it. Mark Taylor is a prime example. And he keeps thinking, because he's sliding the radar. And, little off subject, I heard about the situation, about the judges still giving him a slap on the wrist, about the revenge plea, and all of the other violations, and the court keeps giving him a slap on the wrist. I will say this to that. Right, shout out to Caramel and all the other ladies, Empress Radio, everybody in blogging, True Tea, everybody, whatever. I don't have no hate for nobody. It is what it is, okay? So, but anyway, right? My intake, what I want to say on that is, it doesn't matter how much he gets a slap on the wrist with the courts, but let me tell you what he's not going to get a slap on the wrist for his karma, for life. Because let me tell you ladies something, he lost something way more valuable. No matter how much he gets off for revenge plea, no matter if he still gets joint custody to see the kids, let me tell you something, he lost Melody. It don't matter what he wins. He lost the bigger prize. So we don't have to be feeling some type of way because the courts, the judges will not really sock it to him like we want him to. And I feel y'all frustration. But I had to think about it this way. he lost a bigger prize, and that's 𝓜𝓸𝓬𝓱𝓪'𝓼. He'll never get that, baby. The judge cannot grant him 𝓜𝓸𝓬𝓱𝓪'𝓼 back. Okay? All right, she dropped his last name and she dropped him and living her best life. And the beauty is the kids are getting bigger now. So after a while, you know, he's not going to be able to keep having his way with the children. Once these kids get up there, they get bigger and they really start understanding, because I didn't realize how much 𝓜𝓸 kids have grown up, y'all. I screenshot the picture and I'm going to share it with y'all. I'm going to share it with y'all right quick just to kind of show y'all, because I know 𝓜𝓸 has not been able to post, but I'm going to show it for y'all. This is how big 𝓜𝓸 kids have gotten, y'all. I know I'm off subject, but trust, I'm going to get back to the content. I just want to show y'all how big Tank has got. He's gotten a height on him, y'all. Look how beautiful. Sugar mama. Everyone is just so beautiful in that piece. So let me tell y'all something, y'all. This is the prize. This is what he lost. So who cares what the judges think? Who cares about the slap on the wrist? He lost a beautiful family. Yes, he gets custody of the kids. Yes, he sees them on the weekend. But let me tell you something. These kids are getting bigger and bigger. As they get older, once they say they don't want to go to their daddy, he's not going to have too much control over that. He may have 3-4 more years left, and he's not even going to have control over that in a few minutes. So shout out to 𝓜𝓸𝓬𝓱𝓪'𝓼 and her beautiful children, who are definitely getting up there, y'all. So I just want to show y'all the latest, that the kids look totally awesome and they look so revived. So big ups to Mel and her 4-piece. Beautiful, beautiful kids. Yeah, Martell. You still over there eating ramen noodles and chicken Alfredo with Arion air mattress. That's what you do, okay? I just want to share that with y'all. Okay, so back to the points before I get ready to wrap everything up. But yes, Mr. Robinson, he very well had his reasons, but he also has some long ways to go. Taking somebody's life, even if it's for good reason, it can very well eventually end up causing you trauma later on down the line. Even though he's vindicated and for the most part everybody understands, unfortunately it was his woman who violated and disrespected him. You don't have to face this dude, but guess what? You still gonna have to face the woman who violated you, who disrespected you. I mean, if you was gonna go there, you might as well did a 2-for-1. And I would never encourage that, but I'm saying, like, you still didn't get rid of your problem. This was the problem, her, right? Anyway, but that's somebody's child. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? That she was the one who violated you, okay? From a spiritual and emotional blindness standpoint, lust clouds judgment. Men stop thinking about tomorrow's pain for today's thrill. It makes them short-sighted, trading their wife's trust, their children's respect, and their own peace for temporary satisfaction. So y'all, this is my question to y'all in the chats. Why do you think men risk it all when they already have it all at home? Is lust stronger than love, or is it all about just self-control, you know? At the end of the day, lust doesn't ruin lives. It exposes character. A man can't be faithful to his wife if he refuses to be faithful to himself first. Lust destroys lives. Please, before y'all leave, hit that like button. Let me know what y'all think about today's content. And if anything comes up, any new updates pertaining to this situation with Mr. Robinson, the suspect, of course, or anything else as far as, you know, the Beverlys, if there's any new updates on these cases and whatnot, definitely I will keep you all updated. And y'all, it's just a very situation, it's a sad situation, y'all. This man actions led him to this. Let me know what y'all think.